Shannon, Good Pasture, Blair, board member and president, secretary, treasurer, and board member currently.
Yep. And it looks like Melanie notified us that she will not be here due to a death in the family.
Oh dear. Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything from Kristen. She may be late. I haven't heard anything, no text.
So Melanie, pre-approved absence.
I guess so, we don't have a policy, so,
People die.
yeah,
Let's have compassion.
yeah, we don't have a policy, so I don't know if, you know, at some point.
Just absence.
Yes.
Absence.
Yeah, yep,
And
correct.
Kristen, we don't know yet.
Yep.
And we have Sam. Our budget committee chair. And Nancy. BEHM, right?
You got it.
Okay, I think it's, and then Ken, ENG,
EL,
ELM,
AM.
Where's your call?
Just it wrong.
Oh,
Huh?
That was reversed at the end of the hour.
Yeah, it's reversed on the sign.
Matt, can you hear us?
Is it okay if I sit at the table? I can't see that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's see.
I can even see that
Matt, Matt McCray, we've got you, can you hear us?
There's
Wait.
some-
Oh, look at that, we got Matt.
We can hear you.
Wow. Can you see us?
I can't.
Oh, wait. Wow, that would be really cool. We might not have video option, maybe you just do. But we can see you. I don't know why it won't let me, it won't let me, well, because we have the free version. Anyway,
Who's the other caller?
that's us.
Oh, okay.
So that's us. And
Hi Matt, can you hear me? Okay, so I've
Yeah.
opened the meeting and we've done introductions and right now I'm going to motion to approve the agenda.
I actually have agenda additions,
Okay,
and I have some minutes.
so you want to amend it?
Yes,
Okay, I'll allow you to amend it.
great. Do you want my, we need to do the follow-up on the audit letter from the Secretary of State.
Okay,
Um,
anything else? It'd be best if you set those to me prior to the meeting.
Yeah, sorry.
But that's okay. I know, I get it, I'm just a reminder.
Yes.
So can you hold that and then we'll take care of stuff and then,
No,
put it on the end of the meeting?
put it on the end of the meeting.
it doesn't matter, I just want to take care of Matt because he's live and.
Yeah,
So, we're gonna amend the agenda, so I'll motion to amend the agenda at some point. So in the meantime, we can approve the agenda, I know we're gonna talk about the letter.
okay.
Can I get a second on that?
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Alright.
Okay,
So we're gonna amend the agenda to add the Secretary of State discussion?
correct. And I didn't see the minutes, so I can't motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
We can table that to the next meeting. Have you seen the minutes?
I looked at the minutes.
Are they posted on the website, is that what you guys?
They are
Okay.
posted on the website, and I
I
thought I
did read those, but it wasn't for the 27th meeting.
I didn't, the 27th meeting I'm still working on.
Okay,
So
The
the,
27th was not a meeting.
we had a quorum.
Yeah, but we also didn't have enough notice. That was.
That's on the agenda to talk about
Right.
too.
oh, okay.
Right.
So we didn't approve the minutes from the previous meeting, so we can approve those minutes.
We can approve those if you
Okay.
guys feel comfortable, if you.
Yeah, I read those, I did read
I
those.
have corrections.
Oh, you have corrections, okay, so hold on. So this is for the meeting in May, the first second week of May,
There's a
May 13th?
correction on the May 13th minute,
Yeah.
Okay.
meeting minutes. And under vegetation management,
Okay,
I will not be talking to the county. I will be
I
talking
read
with
that.
Pure Water Partners and Mckenzie River Trust.
Okay.
okay.
And it will not be a collaboration, it will just be me finding out what they do. Actually have them.
So you're just going to gather
I
information?
gather information from PWP and MRT,
Okay.
but
What do you think, sir?
will not coordinate with the county because that's not the county's gig.
Okay. Not, so that was my error or my misunderstanding.
And then I had a question about the email from George Collins because I haven't seen that. And I don't know if that was something,
That was something I handled and I haven't heard back from him.
okay,
So,
just,
yeah, it was an informational thing. It wasn't, I tried to reach out to him because he offered volunteer service. And I reached out to him with an email and I have that if anybody wants to see it. Pretty basic, but I have not heard back from him.
looks like this one's coming around.
Oh, good. So just to clarify for the record, Sarah, so I just want to make a correction. So the correct on the minutes, vegetation management, you're going to seek, or seek information from Pure Water Partners?
Yeah, it's just important that it's not the county.
Okay, so just make sure that we strike county. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
And
so.
then the letter, everything is,
Yeah, that's, the letter's gonna be further down on the agenda, but we're talking about the minutes,
right,
and we're
well, I just
gonna
want, yeah.
approve those minutes after they've been amended, correct?
That's, yeah.
Yeah, so we should put those to next meeting.
Yeah, we can do that next meeting if you want.
I mean, unless you trust that I'll correct them correctly. It's kind of,
Probably safest to put them off to.
Yeah, let's table that till the next meeting.
so, yeah, so then next
But
meeting
make
we'll
sure that
have
gets in there, so we bring it up and put it on the agenda for the next meeting. So we have two
two sets of minutes.
sets of minutes to approve.
Will it be three,
It'll be this meeting as well,
if we count the 27th?
if we count the 27th,
Okay,
that we have to discuss.
then we're going to discuss that. Okay, so minutes will be tabled to next meeting. Okay.
And real quick, we can go to public. We have some public here.
I have public comment.
Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes.
Okay. We'll pass these around.
Okay,
Here for the Mckenzie River Chamber of Commerce,
okay.
and it's our 60 mile Main
Oh,
Street.
yeah.
You've already seen this, yeah?
I've got one already.
I've seen that website, but I'll take this
Yeah.
for reference. Very good.
And this is our work plan
Okay,
for the next
Oh,
year and a
yeah,
half.
Nancy. Nancy, no,
And the reason I'm here is I'm talking to different community groups and organizations about how we can help each other. And through this process, if we're recognized as a Oregon Main Street for this regional area, we'll be able to help promote the Blue River Park. And that's why I'm here to talk to you about it. There's opportunities for perhaps some staffing to do promotions for you in conjunction with this idea of the entire corridor. But this is a key property that people need to learn about. And here's an opportunity to work together. In exchange for that, I'm here to ask you to support this project. And that would mean at different points in time, we'll be applying for grants to have some staffing to do different activities. We'll ask you for a letter of support. Consider it now, you don't have to agree to do it. And look at the schedule and see how you might fit into it. The Blue River Park is going to be a really valuable piece of the document that we submit to the state because of the unique property itself, the amount of investment investment that's coming into it for fire recovery and the opportunity for visitors to this area to experience it. So that's my spiel.
Okay. We'll take that on advisement.
Okay?
Thanks a lot.
And this looks pretty well put together, and it's got quite a timeline on it too, so.
Yeah, and
It's not like tomorrow.
just like everybody, we wear different hats in other organizations that you're involved in.
Okay. All right, thank you, Ken.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else public? Okay. Let's move on to Matt McCray, so we can get you on your way. Don't like to keep you waiting.
Well, no trouble. Thanks so much for making it possible for us to join this way. Megan is joining online as well. We just have a couple of updates to bring to you. And I'm going to send an email to the whole board immediately following this, just with the same updates that I'm providing right now.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah. So we will start with the fun news or the good news. I know one of the things that we talked about in the last meeting was the need for cash in order to make this work. So if you recall, the Oregon Park and Recreation District grant is on reimbursement only, and that portion of the project funding has to be spent first. And it's the Park District's funds, the Oregon State Parks District's funds, not Lane County's and not Oregon Housing and Community Services. Anyway, I'll spare the long explanation, but share with you that we have secured cash advance for the Blue River Park District in order to make all of this function. So Lane County is going to provide the district with a cash advance that then you can use to pay an invoice and then follow that by getting reimbursed.
Amazing,
That's huge.
Matt.
That's
Thank
huge.
you, Matt. Yeah.
We're happy to share that. I have to tell you, we brought this question to our finance director, and she said, absolutely, we'll do that. And she ran it up the pole to the county administrator. He similarly was readily on board and happy to make that happen.
Very good.
Yeah, I was similarly as excited as you all are. We were thrilled to get that kind of support for this project. So we are working that language into the draft agreement with you. We will send you a draft agreement for you all to review by the end of this week. And then give you a week or however long you need to turn it around. But if we can have it turned around in a couple of weeks, then we can get that signed and completed. Question for you, and I think I know the answer, but who from the Park District intends to sign the agreement when it's ready?
Everybody looking at me? I guess the chairman. Everyone's looking at me, Matt, so I guess I'm the guy.
I figured that was the case. Great. An update on the environmental review consultant. We closed an RFP. We got, Megan, I think we just had one proposal, is that right? Yeah, we had one proposal, so we're in the process of putting contracting in place with that one proposer.
Okay.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and then once we have that in place, we'll get the environmental review process going. We will certainly involve one or more of you. I'll just provide you all a notification. We're going to do that kickoff meeting. That kickoff meeting for the environmental review will include Oregon Housing and Community Services. It will involve our environmental consultant. It will involve Megan and myself. And then we'll invite as many of you want to participate. We just want to make sure there's at least one representative from the Blue River Park District there. The environmental review consultant will want to gain access to the property so that they can come take a look and do their work on site. And so we'll just need to coordinate that with one or more of you. But that's certainly a few weeks off at least. But just want to put that on your radar.
Okay. So the special
This
meeting,
meeting about,
I have a question, the special meeting, for the draft agreement will be like a Teams type of meeting? Or does that require all board members to be present?
for the draft agreement, I think it depends on you all, if you all need to be meeting in terms of your bylaws. If you all decide that one person can sign on behalf of the whole board, then perhaps not the whole group needs to be there. But we will certainly, want to make sure that you all have eyes on it and a chance to provide feedback before someone signs on it.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted clarification.
It's a really lengthy agreement. I know we've had a couple of drafts of it before, that were sent out like many months ago. But because it's incorporating all these different rules, like, it is kind of a lot to look at, so it might be helpful if we send it to you, and then, if you want a spokesperson to kind of compile all your questions, or for us to meet with all of you. The only thing is, I don't know if there's any way you'd be available maybe before the next monthly meeting, though, like if, or maybe that timing is at giving you enough time to review it after all, but some things to consider.
Okay,
Yeah, we'd be happy to send your July meeting and, just take comments and have conversation at that time. As Megan said, it's not going to be wildly different than what you all have seen before, but it is pretty lengthy for any of you who haven't looked at it in advance. There's a fair amount there.
okay.
Yeah, we might want to schedule a working meeting for that.
Well, we should all get it in an email so we can all look at it and then have a,
Even if we don't, because I know you want a fairly quicker turnaround than talking about it in July and then coming back to sign it. So I think a working meeting
yeah, I
to
agree.
focus on
It'd
this.
be better
and
to have
then-
everybody there
Yeah.
to look at it
Yeah.
and talk about it. Okay.
We can get a vote.
That's, I'm fine with
Somewhere, like later on this month, hopefully, like in a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, we don't have to schedule it now, but that would be
Yeah.
my recommendation.
that. Yeah, I like that. Well, okay, all right, Matt.
And if you'd like one of us to be available to listen in and answer questions, we're happy to do that. Evening meeting, whatever you like, just let us know so we can
Okay.
plan around that. And we'll plan to be available for your next in-person meeting in July as well.
Okay,
And then the rest of what I have is just centered on the kind of next steps in terms of, keeping things moving here. I know we talked about the match budget last time we met, and so we'll be looking for that kind of reconciliation with you all, at whatever point makes sense to you. So I'm not sure where you are in the process there, but, that certainly doesn't require everybody. But we'll just go through that table with you to make sure that we have an understanding of what's there, so that as we're talking with Oregon Park and Recreation District, we can be informed about how this works. And if there are any additional needs for match, we want to make sure that Megan and I are aware of it so that we can help problem solve there.
okay,
So whoever's point on the match reconciliation can just reach out to me and Megan whenever you have a moment, and set up a call or send an email, whatever's most convenient for you. I assume that's Shannon who's the point on that, but I'm not sure.
It is probably me.
is this
Okay.
one?
I have a lot of work to do. The good news is I'm almost off work for the summer, so I will have more time. And more time during the day, to work on it. Because it's gonna take doing some research.
What a smooth thing. I know, it's only like 7 line items, but I understand there's a fair amount of digging around to get the information, so we totally understand. If there's anything we can do to help, please let us know.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think, I'm hopeful.
Yeah,
And Matt, have we received kind of a list or explanation of exactly what type of documentation is acceptable? Like, we would have our bank records showing deposits and stuff, but anything that wasn't paid already, or like, would need like what, a promissory note, or?
I mean, that would be super helpful, yeah, if there's any kind of commitment or pledge, yeah, note from whoever that is who said, you know, we're gonna give you this in kind or contribution, and they haven't yet. That'd be, I think that's great. That'd be-
Right. Because I don't know that we're gonna be able to get the records as far as like a receipt or even a correspondence letter, because of the difficulty getting past records just in general. So it would be good for us to have kind of like a metric of these are the type of acceptable records, versus, oh, I remember, you know, this and that, because
Right.
that's kind of where we got stuck.
Right. Yeah, I understand the challenge there.
It's like the FEMA money, we haven't received that yet, and we haven't even got okayed for it. But it's a line
Yeah.
item.
But if there's a FEMA contact, I mean,
Yeah.
you may find that the parties that who have made these commitments can provide you something just by email of where things are processed or where the commitment of funds are or how they got spent. You know, if there's a vendor that's already spent the money, they may have a copy of the invoice or the contribution that they've already provided to, you know, a former board member.
That makes sense.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to send you down a rabbit hole of, you know, trying to get things that aren't there, but I do
Okay.
think to the extent that you can get written documentation, honestly, it's going to depend on what Oregon Parks and Recreation is willing to accept. You know, this isn't really about what we, Lake County, are demanding. We're just trying to make sure that as we start working on this with Oregon Parks and Recreation Department, that we're all in good shape and, you know, able to provide the information that we anticipate they're going to need. So we could check in with the Oregon Park and Recreation District. My inclination would be to see where you can find paper documentation, an invoice or an email from a party, even if it's just an email from them today saying, yeah, we paid for, or we did that already, you know, here's the date we did it, here's what we did. You know, I think that should be sufficient. And then Oregon Park and Recreation Department, if they need more than that, they can ask for it. But I think just that kind of very low lift documentation is where I'd start.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start with, of course, the bank account, but then, the insurance company also. Because I do know there was some, so that's at least a place I should be able to get some, who received what, when.
Yeah, and then where the, you know, in terms of where the dollars went, if you know the vendors who have been working in the park, you know, the past few years and working on
Okay.
construction improvements.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, I think I got a clearer picture now, so the way you explained it here in the last couple of minutes. It makes it, I think it makes it easier, actually, so.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it low lift.
Yeah, well, it's okay that it's low lift, it is, you probably know that, it's spending time on the phone, calling people and saying, hey, can you search your records and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, or sometimes it's, who do I ask? First, you know, it's who do I email, who's your contact person, and you know. But the good news is I'm gonna have more time to dedicate to that. So.
That's great. No, I don't mean to suggest by the low lift that it's not a lot of work. It's like,
Well,
I think
yes.
it's a fair amount of effort. Yeah.
Yeah, we should have it done already, we don't. I have
That's all right.
I have a note saying a month ago, we'd have a month. My
Yeah,
last note.
It's not holding us up at this point.
Okay,
So, you know, as long as it's on the radar and there's,
Yep.
sounds like Shannon's gonna have some time to invest in it, I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, with your explanation, I think it makes it a lot simpler for us to figure out. Because we do know where the money went and kind of where it came from. Most of it. Some of it's still out there, like the FEMA money and the insurance money we're not sure about, so, but we'll work on that. That'll be
Sounds good.
understand.
Great. So next steps, Megan, do you want to speak to the next part there, the updating the budget?
It seems like there's still some like different pieces that need to get figured out. I think OPRD asked for a revised budget now that they know that there's peer funding for this project also. So we might need to talk with them about that, which, yeah, it's a little hard to say like at what point in the process, but I can email them maybe once. I'll see if I can look back at information they sent, and if it's not clear, probably email you all as a group. And then, yeah, and just to say now that the idea that we had is, so the Oregon Parks and Recreation District will have an agreement that's written out directly to you all, Blue River Park. And it had come up as a question to them before of, since Matt and I, through Lake County, are administering this here projects, if we also could administer this grant. Meaning with the peer grant, it's an agreement that's written between OHCS and Lake County. But the OPRD agreement needs to be directly with you all. And so they're wanting you all to pay the invoices for your contractors on the project. And so I think our thought had been if Matt and I at Lake County can pay the bills to the contractors and then have you pay us and then submit reimbursement to OPRD to get paid back. Yeah, so it's a bit complex, but I think because it is so complex, it might be helpful that we start. I wanted to at least share it today, and then we can go through it definitely more in depth when we review the contract, and I'd hope to see it all with more of it spelled out.
I'm gonna need a visual aid.
Yeah.
Because all I'm visualizing right now is shell game. But yes.
It is a little bit of that. It is it's a little bit of a workaround on, at least how I understand it, the reimbursement. Because otherwise, we would need to have the capital pay for the work and then apply for reimbursement. So it's a way to, the county has agreed to help us. It's kind of like a short-term loan or something, kind of.
It is exactly that. It's exactly that. We're giving you basically a short-term, no-interest loan.
Right.
It's cash advance to enable you to have the cash to make this whole system work. And
That makes
it
sense.
does feel awkward because we're giving you money that then you're going to pay us back.
Yeah.
So it's funny. We will with the draft agreement that we're going to send you, we'll provide you a very quick kind of diagram of how this functions. Because I agree, I'm the same way. I learn better with diagrams and visuals. So we'll put something together to accompany that. It won't necessarily be in the contract, but something to help us all kind of conceptualize how the funding will flow.
Okay.
It's really good. I mean, they're kind of in a way bending the rules a little bit, right? Kind of. Because otherwise we would have to have the capital to.
Everybody's aware, so I don't feel like there's any bending of the rules, but there's a little bit of, going out on a limb a little bit to, provide funding to you all to make it all work, but.
Oh, that's a better way. You're right. Going out on a limb and trusting. Yeah, I guess that's a better way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Sorry.
Yeah, no trouble. And then we'll want to make sure that you're re-engaging with OPRD to get an agreement in place with them as well. So I think that's, Megan, I'm just looking at the rest of our notes. I think that covers.
The only other thing, which will definitely be an agreement, we can talk about more, but was the idea with the advance that, like once your agreement, the Hoover Park Lane County agreement is finalized, that you all would submit an invoice to us for the $200,000. And we have a colleague named Sheila who also will be involved in this project, especially on the financial end. But that you all would submit an invoice so that Lane County could give you the $200,000 to kind of get you, kind of ready to go for the project. And then the request with it is that the funds can only be used for what will be an exhibit in the agreement about what work is being done. And that, so the request is about having probably a specific bank or credit union account specifically where this money will be deposited, so it's super easy to track of okay, this is only for things for OPRD work. Yeah, so I don't know if it's helpful now to think about it or talk to your banking institution or have ideas, but that's something that we plan to go into the agreement we will have with you all.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so we'll have a specific account, but that's all it's used for. I like that a lot, personally.
Yeah, that'll just make it easier for all of us to track and for transparency. And if anybody's doing an audit, once this project's done, they'll be able to see where the money is. And it's way easier for all of us
Yeah,
in communicating.
I like that a lot. Yeah, we could specifically open an account that is for this project.
Yeah, and Megan mentioned, so the amount that we're preparing to provide a cash advance is $200,000. And we feel like that should probably be sufficient to make it all work. If we start bumping up against that, because we're, funding so many things all at once, we can readdress it if more is needed, but I think that's gonna get us there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Matt, circling back for a second, you said that there was an expectation that we would re-engage as a board with ORPD. Do we have a contact person that we should be reaching out to?
Yeah, it's Jennifer is the primary contact there, and perhaps if it'd be helpful for you, we could work on setting up a call with them and members of the Blue River Park District. I think it's helpful when we're all in those conversations together, so we all understand what's happening and what the information needs are. If that'd be useful, we'd be happy to take the lead on putting that call together.
Definitely. I would like that.
That'd be good, because I'm a lone ranger. I've been fielding all these calls and meetings.
Right, it'd be nice to have
It
more.
would be.
That would be.
Who should be included then?
Well, I think, could we invite all board members and then whoever can come, can come? Is that, you guys all okay with that?
Yes, that's fine with me.
Also invite all finalists.
That sounds good. I'm happy to set up a meeting and send out some times. In general, are there particular days and times that are good for you? Do we see if Jennifer works until 5 and aim for a 4 p.m. or does it matter?
After Monday, this is Shannon, I'm a lot more open. But that's just me, because right now I work, 8 to 4-ish, counting commute time, it ends up 5 to 5. But I don't know about any other board members.
Yeah, Megan, this is Jim Parks. I'm open, so anytime for me.
Kristen?
And we can reschedule if we have to. So you can't, Megan, if you put something together and we can't make it, maybe we can't make it. If we can, we'll try and make it.
So I guess what we were saying is it's okay to do it at 10 or 1 or 2. It doesn't have to be the evening. Are you guys okay with that?
I was gonna ask Kristen, does that work for you? I don't know your schedule at all.
My schedule is so chaotic between my two jobs and they don't give me, my work schedule
Okay,
Okay,
very much in advance.
so just throw something out there.
Yeah,
And if you can make it, go make it.
yeah.
That's
And if
it.
it's scheduled enough in advance of the meeting, I can request that time off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
excellent.
Yeah.
Thank
this,
you.
this is Sarah Hunter, and I can probably make anything work.
Great. That's encouraging. Well, I'll send an email that includes you all that lists a few different days and times. So there's kind of options for you all and options for Jennifer. And if you can let me know when you're available, then we'll get a meeting set.
okay,
Excellent, thank you, Megan.
Great, I think that covers what we wanted to touch base with you on.
okay. That gives us a lot to work on.
Very helpful, and I will work on the finance stuff, I'm gonna have information next time, I promise.
Sounds great.
Matt, I have a curiosity question that, we can spend like two minutes, 2 seconds on. What are the keywords I would put into a grant search for something that would give us income just baseline, like, because we don't have a tax base?
Yeah.
Are there recreation grants
We're thinking for operation costs, like to pay for our porta potty and our power and because we don't receive any tax dollars. We're completely donation
Understood.
dependent. Is that what you're saying, Kristen?
Yeah, just like out of curiosity, to kind of poke in your brain, and what's your best guess for just like a keyword search for that?
Well, I think that operations are generally hard to fund with grants. It doesn't mean you can't do it, but it's hard to find. I'm actually gonna propose that I put you in touch, and I can do this by email, with, we have a staff person who's on our team, and their whole goal is to help nonprofits and special districts and partners in the county get connected with grant funding. Her name's Heather. And she's been really great. She just went to Vita Community Center and the McKenzie Discovery Center to talk with them about what their needs are and learn about, what kind of funding they need and help them look for funding sources. So if you're game, Kristen, I can just put you in touch with Heather by email and maybe a conversation. You'd have great ideas. And then also, to the extent you can tell her very precisely what you're looking for funding for, she will start combing. She's constantly looking through available funding sources that you can keep an eye out for you.
Okay, that would be amazing. Thank you, Matt.
Very good.
Yeah, sure. I'll take you in touch by email right after this.
Okay.
You have a question?
I did and I lost it, but it was for Kristen, so
Well, we can circle back
Where-
around with it.
Any,
I'll let
any
Matt-
questions? Any questions for Matt or Megan? No questions here, Matt?
Yeah, just
Thank
appreciation for your time and knowledge.
Yeah, appreciate you, for your time and all
Good
your
news.
work.
Good news, we got stuff to work on.
Yeah, happy to help, and I
Okay.
can't wait to see this project get off the ground.
Yep,
yeah.
okay, thanks so much.
Yep, thank you all, have a good night.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys.
Okay, the good news.
That's really good news.
So Shannon, just a side note, I can just about tell you where all this money went.
Oh, sorry, you guys. Really loud.
So we can work on that. We
You and
work
I
on-
can-
We can work on the side.
Yeah.
We're not making any decisions, we're just doing research.
Sharing information.
Yes.
Yeah, you're sharing, because you have the history on the board.
Somewhat, I can just about,
Help me know where to
yeah,
start.
I can just about cover all this, where it came, most of it where it came from. We know where it went, we spent it.
Yeah,
So that's not I mean, we did spend some money on electrical for the stage.
but we need invoices is what they're.
We
Yeah.
can call these people and get them,
Yeah.
they're not,
Yeah, that's good. We don't, yeah.
I'll get my federal friends on it, like I did with the other guy.
Yeah.
pretty well. So the only thing that I can't really justify is the FEMA deal, because I really haven't discussed that, any of this park issue with FEMA people yet, because I dealt with the water district first. They wanted to do them both, and I said, let's not do them both and get them confused, let's do one at a time. The water district is the bigger one, and they said, you're probably right, let's do that. So here it is, 6 years, we still haven't got time.
And what's your time frame for doing that? Because I think it's coming up, like, you plan on.
Yeah, we
doing it
need,
soon,
I
but
can call
we
him,
need to
I
do
can
it.
call him and get some type of justification about this money that's promised, and if it's obligated through FEMA already, if it's obligated to the park, there should be documentation that says it's obligated. And once they say it's obligated, that means that money's been taken out and set aside.
Okay.
It just has to go through their process of investigation after investigation after investigation.
And probably a letter from him would be
And
enough.
then I get some type of justification from
Yeah,
him that
just
says, hey,
say, this
The money's
is,
obligated.
yeah,
because we,
or it's they call them projects.
yeah, because we
And
did,
every little thing's a project, like, I know some of this money is for signs that burnt up in the park. And, I mean, that's what I was told anyway.
right,
So signage was the most of it, and it's not a great deal, and it's $32,950. On a FEMA scale, that's not a lot of money.
right.
So, let me call this guy and discuss it with him and find out.
Okay.
And try and get some type of documentation. The rest of this is, you know, we know where we got the money. It says right here where we got the money from,
Right,
so.
I think if I spent a whole day.
Now, how do we know?
If I spent a whole day, well, we did know.
I was a little confused
I-
before, I'll be
It's,
honest.
it's
I was
clear
confused.
to me, it's clear to me.
It's clear to me now, right.
But I knew, I just have not had the
Okay.
capacity, but I will soon, which is really good.
Okay, we spent a lot of time with him, so.
Yeah, so are you guys ready to, next on the agenda was budget
Budget.
status?
Issues.
Budget
Budget
status.
chairman. Budget status.
And I'm super sorry, Sam, I put it on the website, I don't know why I didn't email it to you, but, Sarah helped me a lot a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, whatever, I dollar
And
together.
this is, I'm assuming this is a different one than this one.
Yeah, that
Okay,
one's
so-
garbage,
okay.
garbage.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah, that one, shred that one,
oh well.
that was a
Okay.
bad idea.
Okay, so that's basically what we have in the bank account right now is $63,520,
yeah, and
including.
that's everything, that's all,
Everything, okay.
that's all the accounts. So that's the treasury fund, although I haven't gotten a statement for that one.
I got it.
Okay, so that's the treasury fund, and we have 3 accounts in at US Bank, right now.
Mhm.
And so this is basically. Oh yeah, so this is our proposed budget, because one thing I'm hoping, because our bank fees are really high, this is actually a wrong number.
That's a very little number.
Yeah. Dang it, see, I always find errors, this is why I need a helper, Sarah.
So let's go back up the top.
So
You-
let's take it one item
Yeah.
at a time.
So that's the beginning amount of money we have, and then you have your estimated donations.
This is
right?
what I'm hoping,
Okay,
that we at least get, this is a,
okay, I understand now. So it's estimated revenue, so you got donations and grants and interest income and facility rent income. And
this
it's
is
a budget, so everything can change.
this is actually,
So the bank service charge, you think that's a low number because?
yeah, because our, it's like $35 a month.
Okay, so,
Maybe I put the wrong, go ahead.
so one of the things, I don't know if I haven't talked to the Ethics Commission yet, but I would be willing to go to the bank with you and ask for a fee waiver for the next year, because from my limited knowledge, we don't write down any checks. We can't see the images of the checks. This is a checking account that was forced on us, or an account forced on us, and in a time when we are in transition. And I'm more than willing to look a banker in the eye, if I check with the Ethics Commission and say, will you do this? This is why you should be giving us a fee waiver. I do not know if it will be successful.
We can try.
Sometimes they're really nice, sometimes they're not. I will dress up and put on earrings. Sometimes it helps. But I'd be willing to do that with you. But yeah, they charge us $35 a month for essentially about 3 checks, and you can't see the images. It's like the worst.
That's the single point account,
That's whatever.
US Bank single point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're terrible. And if you want any history past a year, it's even more than that.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
So
actually,
do you want to?
actually, oh my gosh, you know what, you guys, because I just did the budget Saturday. Because that amount is, how can that be?
When does this have to be done?
It doesn't have to be done. We don't file a budget with
With the state?
with the state. Well, we need to file something with the Secretary of State that just says, I don't know, I actually don't understand it.
okay, I don't
And
understand.
so this is tied into the letter that we got from the Secretary of State. And the good news was Sarah contacted them. They sent out like 400 letters, because we're not the only.
Shannon, can I speak to this so I get it from you?
Yeah,
Okay, so basically, there's 2 pieces. The piece that I dealt with is, we did get a letter from the auditor saying, we have insurance issues and there's issues with the financial year-end reports in lieu of audit. And I talked about those at some meeting. And the 2026, this year's report, which is end of fiscal year, so June 30th, is due by September 30th. After we file that report, they suggested we go back and file the 2 previous years amended. There's no fee for that, but I did talk to Amy John and let her know that Shannon did not have access to the bank records at the time she was asked to do those reports.
That's true.
And so she said, no problem, just go back and do those 2. So those are the reports in lieu of audit.
Okay.
That's one issue, and then I'll talk about the other 2 issues.
That's the other letter.
When
we get back to the
Right.
agenda.
right.
So let's hold off on this for now and get it correct.
that would be good.
No, you
Because
didn't.
I would like to do more research into the bank account, and yeah. Because we have a lot of work that needs to be done.
Well, just having the right numbers, you think that one number, that $100 number is wrong for bank fees,
Well, no,
right?
Shannon, what was the number you thought was wrong?
$100.
100 is a bank fee number.
Yeah, go back to your other report, because I don't know what this report is now. So.
Well, and so like,
Is this a monthly report?
part of me wants to, this is the one that Sarah put together and I added to. You guys, we're not gonna get a caller, right?
No, probably not.
I can give you what we spent on bank fees last year. That's a great.
Oh, yeah, make it big.
Bank fees last year,
Oops, where'd it go?
were actually through May, because I
There you
didn't
go.
the entire year, but bank fees were $420.49.
Yeah, right. That's why I said we need.
Up till May, so from June 30th
Right,
till
so
May.
it's basically 37.
a month, and that's what she has on that other report.
Where'd it
So,
go? Where did that one go?
I don't know. So, there's the original one up there that you said was incorrect, so we could scratch that one, correct, and go back to the one that shows month to month.
Oh, yeah, this is the good one. So these are all on the website, you guys.
The one, yeah, because I've seen this one with the,
This one
okay, that's
is,
month to month.
so this is actuals.
Yeah,
So this is actually like what,
but that's not your budget for 27.
well, no, here's the budget for 26, 27.
Okay,
Or here's one proposed.
right, and, bank cost, bank fees is 3,000 on that
No,
one.
bank fees is 500 here. And on that other one, for some reason. it
Oh,
was
500, yeah, I see 500, yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, the report that is due by the end of September, that is fiscal year 25, 26,
No,
not a projected budget.
No,
It's not,
it's
it's
27.
doesn't budget, yeah, it's sort of, there's somehow budget discussion and the report will audit got conflicted.
Yeah, and that's what
Right,
I'm.
That's, yes, yes.
and if this
Right,
helps,
and, you know, it was just,
yeah.
it was going off in that direction, I thought, okay, we'll take my
And,
mistake, but it was not, sorry, thank you, Kristen.
Yeah.
yeah, and Kristen, to help you clarify, so when we first started getting the board going, so I contacted the Secretary of State to be, because of SDAO recommended, like, what do we need to do? And they're like, well, actually, you're delinquent, you haven't filed for 2 years or 3 years or something, so you have to, I had to file 2 years in a row. And, the lady that I needed to talk to was on vacation. And yeah, so it was just kind of like, okay, I went to the board, I don't know if you guys remember that meeting, and we were like, well, what do you guys think? And, yeah.
Anyway,
So we filed a guess budget, which I just picked the 70,000 because that's what we had allocated for the toilet. And I knew about that.
are you talking about the report in lieu of audit or the budget?
The report in lieu of audit.
Right, and are we going to talk about that, or are we going to go back to the budget?
Well, to me, they're linked, right? Aren't they linked?
No, I don't see them linked. What are we going to spend next year versus that? I mean, we do have insurance costs that might come into play. But then other people say we don't have those, and I haven't clarified that with the Secretary of State yet.
Okay, so we were gonna focus on the budget.
Jim, you're the president, you need to
So-
lead the
What do you think?
meeting.
What do you think? What do you wanna focus on?
From my understanding is we don't have to have a budget, but we do have to do something with the Secretary of State,
Mhm.
and we don't have to do a budget because we don't take in over $1 million. That's my understanding. That's why we haven't done it for X amount of years. That's probably why the previous board member said do it, because we didn't have to do it. But you still have to do something.
You have to do a report in the
Yes, yes. So I'm suggesting that due to the time constraints we have, is table this till the next meeting, get the numbers as close as we possibly can, because that seems to be closer to what you have in the green column than what you had on that other report. Right?
I like this one better, yeah.
Okay.
So, well, this, I don't know,
Because that's your estimate for the fiscal
Yeah, that's
year
your,
that
that's your
starts
estimate for
July
next year,
1st,
because,
so
right?
this is what, well, but this is also an estimate because 2026 isn't over with until the end of July.
June,
June.
Or in
June 30th, which we're coming up on very quickly.
Right.
So,
So when I made this, these two here were estimates. They weren't, these aren't actuals. These two columns.
I don't see the cursor. Oh, in the blue.
Yeah.
It's on a
These
different
two-
height back here.
These-
Yeah, okay, I get it.
These two
So-
are estimates, not actuals.
Right, okay. I'll follow me now. Okay. I'm just thinking we get some more time to look at it and understand it a little better, because I'm confused, 12 minutes.
Yeah, no, after, like,
I mean, I understand we should have a budget, and a budget is kind of a guesstimation of what you're gonna spend over the next year
Well,
versus what we spent over the past years, or even months.
right, and this number's higher than this one because we did the log. The log cover.
Yeah, Terry Herndon
This is the
cost.
log cover.
So the
Right.
goal with doing a projected budget, which is not required, would be for us to have an estimate of the fundraising we would need
Correct.
to do.
Correct.
So that
A
is
budget
the
is for our
main
purpose.
purpose in doing that budget, is to identify that in order to maintain operational costs and no longer go into.
We need X amount of money.
We need to raise X amount of money.
Right.
So that is the planning functionality of doing that
And have more of a realistic
budget.
look at
At
it.
the end of June, that closes out our fiscal year 25-26, and that's when we get all of our receipts and our firm numbers to fill out the report and submit, correct?
Except for Shannon's one.
Well, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong figure.
We're-
My finger was going wild.
You're gonna need a treasurer for this.
Actually, I will say right now,
There's a little
if
recruiting going
if
on.
you continue to recruit me,
Oh,
I will flip out and not be able to do it. So stop,
Okay,
because
I will stop
because
it.
I've already
does
exceeded
that sound good to
my
everybody?
bandwidth here.
That we
I got
table
it.
this and work on it some more, since we don't really need to report it to anyone until we have to do. You know about it, that's why I'm pointing at you, just because you've done the research and you know about it. Okay, does that sound fair to the rest of the board?
I do feel like I need to say, as a new board member, I'm very concerned about the fact that we have no regular income, and we do have regular bills.
Yeah,
And I am loath to start fundraising to fill that gap
Yep.
with the people I know until we have a plan to make sure we
we
can
can talk about that
operations. But
farther
it's-
down the agenda.
I need to just
Yeah.
make sure that's clear that
I've been trying to do that for a
I
year.
can't fundraise if.
I've been trying to do it for a year,
Okay.
and it's on the agenda, so,
Back to the
So,
agenda.
so if we agree to table this and let the secretary treasurer do some more work and understand it, and understand that it's a working budget, correct? And not pie in the sky budget, that we need to work towards those goals so we know where we're at with fundraising and coming up with money. So one thing on that report, Shannon, you have me listed there as X amount of money for cleanup. That was, I don't know if the rest of the board knows, but that wasn't actually me working cleaning up. It was money that I bought snacks and drinks.
Yeah.
It wasn't me getting money.
Yeah,
It was
Okay.
pizza, snacks,
It
food,
was
drink.
reimbursement.
It was a reimbursement, correct. It wasn't me gaining money like Terry Herndon at the line above.
Right.
Oh, thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Well, I
knew that.
I just want to get that out there that, because I'm up against hearings with the Ethics Commission over the same thing. That I'm in this for personal gain, and I'm not. Okay,
Okay,
so we all agreed that we're gonna work on that and the reasons why. Review procedures for meeting notifications to all board members and prior notice of absence. So, the June 27th meeting, or no, May 27th meeting, we had a special meeting. And our wires got crossed about notifying all board members of that special meeting. So we need to come up with a policy or procedure how we're gonna handle that from here on out. Like, if we're gonna have a special executive meeting, someone needs to take that and say, I will contact everybody, and then they're responsible, but what's the responsibility?
because
Because it happened.
it was probably me that dropped the ball.
Well,
I
it
didn't
doesn't
get ahold
matter.
of you and Melanie.
Yeah, you
And
left-
I don't
you
even
left
know
early.
why, it was,
Yeah, and I have work obligations.
Well, we understand that, and the thing is, not everybody got notified of that meeting. know we're across the line, but we're in overtime now, everybody. So we need to just be better about that and notifying all board members that, we're gonna have, like say right now, we could say we're gonna have an executive meeting in a week. We need to make sure that everybody knows that that meeting's gonna happen and not find out because I just sent them an agenda an hour ago.
Right.
I mean, I need to get better
Yeah,
at
we need
seeing
to get
the
better
agenda.
at communicating
Okay,
as a board.
so without policies and procedures in hand, what do we do for now? Just agree amongst each other that we're gonna do better?
I think having a clear sort of like, okay, if I think that there's a meeting and I don't get a notice from Shannon, I should follow up. And that meeting should come, notice,
Oh.
if you can give like a week, and if 5 people, if Shannon gets and you follow up and I follow up and Kristen follows up, I mean, that's like having 4 safety nets. But I didn't know who was responsible for doing that. If we do it by email, that's a good way to do it. That does assume everyone checks their email on a regular basis.
Right.
And is that true of?
Yeah.
Yep, Shannon? Okay, Jim, and I know.
So I think right now we can just agree to disagree that we're gonna notify each other of a meeting.
Agree to disagree? Or what do you think should
If
happen?
a meeting is scheduled at a board meeting, particularly if board members are not present, it would be good to send out an email at the end of that meeting.
Yep.
Saying,
Yeah.
we need to, yeah.
So I can tell you what happened at the last meeting, or why that happened. We were worried about getting the library scheduled, and Shannon jumped up and got the calendar, and we were talking, and the next thing you know, the meeting's over, and people didn't get notified. And we assumed that I assumed that everybody knew that we were gonna have a meeting.
But how would they know because we didn't tell them?
I know, that's what I'm trying to get at now, is without procedures, which we need to work on, and we've been talking about for a long time.
Years.
Right now, we're just gonna have a mutual agreement that we're gonna notify each other somehow through email that there's a meeting coming.
Okay.
Okay,
So speaking of which, this work session, since we're all in the same room, we should set out.
well, we're missing one person.
Except for Melanie.
Yeah,
So what?
so in the minutes, you could write that there's a possibility of a executive meeting coming, correct?
Executive meeting or working meeting?
Or probably working meeting, I'm sorry, a working meeting,
So are we calling it a work session?
call a work session,
I think that's, is that,
excuse me?
is that the proper name for it? I think there's a proper name for it. Ken, do you know the proper name for a working meeting?
It's a work session.
Yeah, work sessions.
Executive session would be,
Kick
Yeah,
out.
we don't need to have a work, we don't need to have an executive session.
No.
we're discussing
Right, we're,
rights and wrongs.
right.
And public are welcome,
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
yeah.
Executive session, not. They're not. They could get kicked out. They could come to the meeting, but they could get kicked out, except for media. Media can be at executive session.
Do you guys want me to, I could send out a Google poll on Saturday with a couple dates, because the problem is we also are constrained with the meeting room.
Right. So if you want to,
Do you want me to, so for the work session, do you want me to send out a Google poll with like 2 dates that or 2 times that the library is available?
yes,
Would that be?
I agree to that.
And then,
And then we go from there. All we can do is put out some dates, and if we can't make it, then you can change it. All we can do is change it, and if we have a quorum, we have a quorum, if we have absences, we have absences. I mean, like right now.
yeah, I could send out a Google poll with, I don't know, a number of,
That's why we have minutes, so the other board members can read them and get caught up on what we discussed at the meeting.
yeah.
Okay,
Like, it doesn't have to be Wednesday. like,
No.
Right?
no,
Or are you guys?
no, we just need to work on this stuff, correct? That's what we're working on, is
No, we're gonna go over
the agreement.
it's an acronym.
have to get that from Matt first.
Well, there's a couple things that we need to go over the RFP, but he said he's gonna be, he's gonna be able to just.
Okay, so Megan's gonna put some dates out, and we're gonna try and match her dates. And if we can make it, we can make it, if we can't, we can't.
Well, ideally, we wanna read through the agreements and have our work session before, so that then we can meet with her and we're ready to sign.
They're two different,
Wait a sec.
Yeah,
I thought we were talking about a working meeting for the budget. Are we?
No.
No.
Okay, so
we're
you're
all talking about
we're
different
talking
things.
about Matt and Megan's working meeting. Megan was gonna send out
a date,
a date. So I think we need to let her do her job.
yes.
Oh, well, she had said we needed a work session, so we don't need a work
That
session?
was, those are two separate things that we were talking about. What Megan was talking about organizing was facilitating a meeting with folks at the Oregon Department of Parks and Rec
Mhm.
that we need to engage with as a board, because our agreement is going to be directly with them as opposed to facilitated through the county.
Right.
So that was Megan's piece of it.
Mhm.
We spoke earlier about possibly needing a working session to go over the agreement from Lane County that Matt needs us to sign
Correct.
in order to take a look at it all together and give approval for Jim to sign it.
He's going to send us that, I understand tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah.
Before the end of the week.
Soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So
the-
maybe for that one, we just need to look at it and decide whether we feel like we need a meeting, or if we're
Okay.
like,
So
yeah,
I
this
don't
looks
need
good.
to send out a rule.
Yeah,
Right?
So at some point, you and I can work on this.
Yeah.
And at another point, the whole board needs to work on the budget for the park rebuild, because that is pie in the sky, is what they have right now. It's, and that's what he's talking about, is the.
Right.
In that drawing, at the very last page, they had a budget on there, what things may cost, and they're super inflated, if you ask me. Like a picnic table's like $1,000 or $2,000 or, so at some point, I think the board needs to work on that budget. That's the budget rebuild he's talking about.
Right, and we have to have some type of budget in order to get that $200,000.
Right, and I think, because I
And we
think
need to
that budget
get
is,
the $200,000 in order to get the environmental study, because we have to pay for the environmental study, is that correct?
no, they're paying for that.
the 200,000
Is a loan.
is for the Oregon Department of Parks and Rec. Because we are, that payment piece of we have to pay them directly because that is the agreement.
Correct.
So then reimbursing,
Yeah.
Yeah, that grant,
yeah,
the ORPD grant is a reimbursement grant. The PEERS grant, Housing and Urban Development Grant is not, but they don't just want to give us that money.
Yeah.
But they're gonna give us a loan for $200,000 to pay the Oregon Parks and Recreation Department as we spend it. We're not gonna spend it all at once, we're gonna have a contractor come in and do this or that.
oh yeah,
And
no,
then we're gonna take part of that $200,000 and pay that contractor. Then Oregon Parks and Recreation Department will give us money back. And then we give it to the county.
yeah,
Okay, does that make sense?
yeah.
Okay, but there's a budget for picnic tables and picnic table covers and fire, all that stuff, benches, that we need to go over, I think, as a board, not just me or you or them, as being the county. I think all board members need to be present and discuss what we want to spend in the park.
Correct.
Okay, so you and I can work on this on the side.
Right.
But I think at some point, we need to have a work session for this budget. And soon, it sounds like, because they need it.
they need it in order
to go forward.
mobilize. So Kristen, what I understand, even the environmental study, the money still has to go through us. But in order to go through us, we have to have a budget so that they can write it. Yeah, at least I
Okay,
think
that,
so.
you might be right about that.
At least, yeah,
I think he said it a couple meetings ago.
right. So the money all need, and so,
And that's 20,000 for the environmental study, which they've already hired someone,
right.
what he said today.
So all of those things we need to improve. So one of the things we should do today, I think, is decide what's our process. Right? So some of those things, do we want the board to approve them first and then Jim signs them? What's our review process for all of the decisions? Because we're gonna have a lot of decisions.
Okay, I have to confess, I'm really lost as to where we are on the
You
agenda.
just confused me.
And we're already over time. And I think there's some things that are urgent.
Agreed.
And so I'm just asking for clarification, what else we need to do tonight? And if we need to schedule an extra meeting with notice for everybody, because
I agree with you.
there's just too many pieces for me to keep track of what's going on. And
I
I'm sorry.
agree, and I think we need to wait to hear from Matt and Megan and take it one step at a time. But I do, at some point, I'm just saying at some point, we need to work on the budget for the park, the rebuild budget. Park benches and,
So you're talking rebuild budget, Shannon's
let's talk about a
talking
whole other budget.
two different budgets, okay, so that's
Yeah.
just trying to.
I'm talking about the budget that Matt was talking about, and that's the budget that's overpriced in the design. Okay, clerk?
I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
You're concerned about the price of the budget.
I'm not there.
I don't think it's realistic.
They are. Okay, let's move on to the agenda. Review park special use permit. And that's this right here. So someone brought this up to me, that it's improper, and that I didn't get one, so they went to Melanie, they called Melanie and said that they tried to send one through and it didn't come to me.
So when you say improper, you don't mean procedurally improper, you mean that it didn't make it through to you through the website.
Both.
So it's improper for us to have a special use permit?
No, it's improper, this permit itself is improper to our needs.
Okay, so that doesn't mean our needs is different than improper, right? Well, how does that not meet our needs, Jim?
I don't know, someone told me that.
Okay, do we know anything more about it?
No. So we have two people that supposedly filled this out.
Mm-hmm.
One person filled it out and put down, planned in attendance was 50 people. Okay? So we need to have some sort of, some verbiage in here that says if you have more than 30, you have to pay for another toilet. What's the limit on a portable toilet?
There actually is that information on the web. And for that event, I do not believe they need another toilet.
For what event?
For the
For 50
birthday,
people?
for the birthday party.
I didn't say anything about birthday.
Well, okay, so basically, can we talk about the actual permits?
Yes.
Because those are, I think, urgent, and then we can talk about the policies later, or what policies we need to be asking about and thinking about. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get the conversation going. So there's a birthday party.
I think there are two.
Do you have a copy of that?
I don't know if I brought them both. I know one was Larissa Andrews asking for,
See, I never received that one. I got that one via Melanie.
well, I got it by email too, but so, yeah.
I don't think I got it, but did you get it?
I have received phone calls since then.
Okay.
Third party.
Where is it?
So the birthday party is, and I know this off the top of my head because I talked to the person, their event date is June 12th, would be this Friday. And in attendance section, they put in 50 people. And do we know how many people accommodate one portable toilet?
Do you want me to look that up on the website?
Would you
Jim?
please? Someone.
How long is the event?
Just says that during the day,
It's a kid's birthday party, it's gonna last an hour or two, and their house is
yeah.
a block and a half away if they need extra toilets. I don't think we've got the turnaround time to,
Yeah, they didn't even know, they just put 50 people down, they were guessing. And the same thing we had happen with the drum circle. They said 50 people and six people showed up. But we need to have some verbiage in here that says, if you have more than X amount of people, you're gonna have to buy another toilet or rent one. Unless we wanna pay for it. Or we want people pooping and peeing on the ground.
Jim, if we say that, I mean, do we know why people chose those numbers?
Because they were just guessing.
Okay.
Guesstimation. So I looked at other parks, and other parks say if you have X amount of people, which a toilet is rated at so many people per hours, then if a second toilet is needed, then it's up to that person petitioning to use the park. They purchase the rental of that toilet. That's all I'm saying. It's up for discussion. I'm not trying to.
So I thought you said you
dictated.
didn't have that number, and now you're giving it to us.
Which number?
The 50 people, and that's what the porta potty requirement seems to be. If you have 50 people, you're expected to need 2 porta potties if you have a 4-hour event.
Well, that's-
However, can we say, you know, do your own porta potty? Or I mean, I think it's true that, you know, in this case, I don't know how many people are going to be there, but we cannot. I mean, one of my issues is we're not getting these use permits early enough to be able to go back and negotiate. And we have to make these decisions on the fly. And
That's why I'm saying we need to review this form. So this form needs to be done 30 days prior to your event.
Okay, Jim, I understand what you're trying to do. What I'm trying to do is say, what are we going to do about the 2 special use permits? Now, are we going to deny them, or are we going to approve them, or? are we
No,
going
my
to approve
guess,
their issues?
my suggestion is they're gonna happen.
Right,
they're
we
so,
gonna
want the public to use the park.
yeah,
Pardon me?
We want the public to use the
No,
park.
absolutely. I'm not trying to dictate or deny anybody the use of the park.
right, so,
I'm just saying that we have this for a reason,
yeah,
and other parks have it for a reason. They just don't let people come and run amok.
right.
So we need to revise this. That's what this says. Review park special use permit event application. I'm assuming that these 2 people that have filled this out already are gonna be there and use it. And I've asked you in an email to review what a bounce house insurance would.
Yeah, would you like that answer?
Yes,
Okay, so, private party at District Park. Basically, there's 2 things. One thing is to realize the park board is not supplying anything, right?
correct.
Basically, they say we recommend the district review and follow any applicable park use permit or event requirements it has in place for these types of activities.
Okay,
While participant waivers may be considered as part of the district's event requirements, they do not eliminate the potential for claims against the district. If it was a commercial vendor, then we would recommend they carry their own liability insurance and provide a certificate of insurance naming the district as additional insured and comply with any hold harmless or indemnification requirements in the district's facility use agreement. So basically, and I can tell you from experience that both UMCC and Vitamin Community Center now require event insurance for any rental. We're a little bit different because we don't rent the park. We don't even ask for a $5 donation. And so we are not in a position, you know, we might be in a position to say, okay, yeah, we won't approve your permit unless you have unless you have event insurance. Event insurance is, what did I pay, $50? Sam, you don't remember what I paid, do you? Yeah, I know I told people what I paid. It's on the order of $50.
That's cheap.
It might be more with a bounce house. My recommendation is that we recommend for any private party, how do I say this? For a private party that lives within the district, I do recommend that we just say we would like you to have event insurance, but we're not going to require it. My thinking is that some of the people who would be using the park don't really have an extra $50. And if they have $50 to spend, I'd rather that they give it to the park, if that makes sense as a donation.
And can we define the district as the 60 mile?
No, we can define the district as resident of the park district. I mean, that's how I define it. And the reason for that is because these are the people who elect us. These are the people we are, you know, we're serving everybody, but if it comes down to, you know, if we ask for a tax base, who's going to be paying for it? Not the people
Well-
of Mackenzie Bridge. And
Well, if we ask for a tax base, we are gonna go for the.
how do we do that?
We're
That's a
getting off
gift.
track again.
Yeah. Another topic, yes, I said.
I would like to not.
Okay,
bring
so
this up
you're defining
So-
the district.
So
is
basically,
just-
what I'm saying is that yes to Sam and the birthday party. And I am thinking that Orchid can't have it for free. I mean, that would be my recommendation. And part of it is that
What was Orchids?
Orchids was the community celebration.
Oh, the thing
where
that they usually have in their parking lot?
Well, they've had it in their parking lot before, and part of my concern there is that they have an income stream and we don't. Because it's Orchid and it's a business.
Okay, so
And
how do we
everybody can
define
make
that in something like this?
What,
We put that in the verbiage in something like this?
do you want me to, Jim, are you asking me to
No, I'm not asking you anything.
propose
I'm
a new
just asking as a-
format?
Member of the board.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
So,
Well, are
so
we
what,
gonna approve those or not?
Yeah, I said as far as I'm concerned, they're approved, they're gonna do it. June 12th is the birthday party from 11 till 3. They're gonna have a splash pad, they're gonna use water, which we pay for. And on July 11th, the clinic would like to use the park. However, I did not receive one of these from the clinic. Melanie did in a phone call, from what I was told. I don't know, I'm just saying, this is a mess.
So I guess, Jim, my question is, if you say that they have already been approved, why are we talking about this as a board?
I'm just saying they're doing it. That's just my opinion. It's not, I'm not giving
I
any,
think, yeah, I think we need to differentiate between a family birthday party. As long, at this point, like, in our.
Policies we don't have.
Well, in the physicality of the park, if I am renting, if I'm having a family event at a park, what I'm paying for and applying for is a pavilion, is a outdoor kitchen and reserved
For water.
cover
in the restroom.
seating, facilities. That is what I am paying for. Right now,
There's no fee.
there's
There's no fee. Where's the fee?
for,
You're saying you're paying for something.
yeah, if you go to use a pavilion for an event, for a large, to reserve space
Right.
at
Right,
a park in Eugene,
right,
and I've done this for family events and I've done
Okay.
it for work events,
right,
you rent it, you go to the Eugene Parks
Yep.
and Rec Department, you pay them.
I'm aware.
So, yeah.
If you have more than 50 people or whatever they call for, then you pay for an extra toilet, you pay them.
For the reservations on facility.
Right.
For the reservation.
So,
And the extra
Right
toilet,
now-
any extras, you pay for it up front. If you rent a park,
Finish your-
yeah,
okay,
so right now,
we're getting in the weeds here, so,
funny you
Hey.
should say that. Right now, our kids' play area is completely overgrown with dogtail grass in bloom, which is the mean seed grass. It's the same family as foxtail. So those seeds are dangerous to dogs and pets and small children.
okay.
So like, why would we ask somebody to pay a fee?
I'm not asking anybody to pay. I'm not asking anybody to pay. I'm just saying that
That's,
I put on here that we need to review this because
I understand Jim.
I don't think so.
No, I think what we need to do is, moving forward, we do need to differentiate between a family birthday party and a business holding a large community event. That is what we need to figure out with the forms, how to differentiate whether we're going to charge a business who is holding a community event with tabling, with
Okay,
legitimate 50
just,
attendance.
I understand where you're going, I agree with that. But what if I decide to have a party over there and I fill one of these out, what am I gonna pay if I'm gonna have 200 people show up?
You're gonna ask us and we're probably going to say, I mean, from my perspective, it's like, okay, what are our costs? Additional costs? What makes sense? We can't figure that out with a couple weeks' notice. And yeah, you could just show up or not, and then the park people would say, hey, you're breaking the rules.
Who's the park people?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's basically, the park is part of the community. The community's gonna take care of the park. I really feel like we wanna keep the park open, but I also feel like the community has no idea that it takes us $1,200 a year to run that park.
And now we have invasive weeds.
Well,
so we need to do
12,000
something.
a month, yeah.
And there's mowing and tree hazard removal.
Right, so basically, we're getting away from the weed, this again. So it sounds like the discussion that I thought we were coming to have was the approving of the special permits. It sounds like the discussion you wanted to have was a policy and procedure thing.
That's why I put that on there.
Well-
Because I assume that the birthday party is gonna take place because it's a family of the community. They're gonna use water because they want a splash pad. At first they wanted,
So
they didn't know if they were doing a bounce house or a water slide or a splash pad. Okay?
Okay, so,
Then they decided on they're just gonna do a splash pad, but now they need water for the splash pad.
so Jim, what I'm confused about
I'm confused
is,
too.
has anyone said, yes, you can do this, or no, you can't do this, and who makes that decision?
The board,
Okay, so can we make that decision?
yes.
Okay,
Someone needs to make a motion.
I motion to approve the permit for the birthday party this Friday,
June 12th,
June
at
12th,
11 a.m.
at 11
to
a.m.
3 p.m.
Can I have a question about, so just to make sure I clarify, the insurance liability is, the liability is small?
the liability is the same for anybody using the park.
Okay, perfect. That's what I thought that, but I want to make sure.
That's the way I interpret it, which means somebody could sue the park.
Anytime.
Right. And we can, say, yes, it's approved, we suggest you get event insurance, but we don't have to.
We don't have to, okay.
Right.
So you made a motion to approve birthday party this Saturday. Any seconds?
I seconded it.
or which
It
one?
doesn't make any
It
difference.
doesn't matter. You got a second?
Well, I have to write
She
it.
has to write it.
All,
Vote.
and we can vote.
Aye.
Aye, all in favor, okay, perfect. Okay, now look, working.
Now, there's a July 11th submission that I have not seen. And I don't know how many people they plan on attending, or who it is. Is it a corporate event? Is it a company event? Is it one person? All I know is it was Larissa.
Jim, if you give me a minute,
Hey, don't, why are you doing that?
I'm trying to help. But,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
not.
trying to explain what I know.
Okay.
That's all. You're trying to be argumentative with me.
so July 11th, Orchid Clinic, what I understood from the email, is that okay if I, so that I get the record correct? What I understood from the email is they are exploring options, and they were considering the park, but they wanted to know how much it would cost.
See, I know nothing about that.
At least it was an email that,
All I got was an email from Melanie that said that Larissa contacted her because she didn't know how else to do it.
I got an email, I think it was to all, it was basically like they're exploring where they want to have the event. Do they want to have it in the parking lot again?
That isn't what I got. I got,
Anyway, Sarah's gonna pull it up, make sure.
and again, for another note, in the minutes,
Okay,
the preschool kids that had the event, and they wanted to use the park, they left a bunch of pizza boxes in the garbage can, and now we have to have the garbage emptied again because it's full.
Oh.
So that's why we do this, so people are responsible.
So this appears that.
So,
And I
do you
tried-
want to call and have the garbage dumped again for whatever, $53? Or do we want people to
34.
take it with them, or be more responsible, and that's all I'm saying. I'm just putting that out there it's my point.
So, right, so having that preschool party did cost the park money.
And again, that is an organization having an event, not a private family.
Jim, the email I'm looking at was sent Monday, June
If they could
8th.
even contact us.
It was from Melanie, it was to all four of us, and it had an attachment on it. And the attachment had the application. Would you like me to read it?
Yes, because I don't have that. I have another one from Melanie that's,
We found out because Jim's not the sign.
Okay. The description of the proposed activity.
see, mine didn't read like that whatsoever.
This is from the application. The description of the proposed activity. Orchid has an annual BBQ for the community. We are looking around the community for a location that would be more comfortable for attendees as our parking lot is small and quite hot in the summer. The event includes free hamburgers and hot dogs along with a free raffle. We will set up yard games for the kids. Our main setup will be wherever most shade is available at the time of the day of the event takes place, 11 to 3 p.m. The purpose of this application is to see if the Blue River Park would consider allowing us to use the space at no cost as we research our options.
Right, that's why I got the research our options.
I didn't get that email. This is the one I got, and you received it as well, according to this. It says the clinic reached out about using the park for their July 11th event. Larissa emailed me their event form because she wanted to manage, it doesn't say manage, but I'm assuming that's what she wanted to spell there. To make sure it got to someone and was having difficulty navigating our contact us stuff. Here's the application. That's what I got on June 1st.
What time was it? 9:08?
9:07.
9:07. And there was no attachment.
No.
Interesting.
Oh, here it is, down here. But I can't open it because, oh, there it goes. See, this is the first time I've seen this.
Okay, and my feeling is that I am not willing to let the clinic have it for no fee.
Okay.
Horse Creek group camp is $75 a night. Lane County charges $150 for their day use areas. to me on the application, if we need to bring in more porta potties.
She says here they're expecting 100 people.
Yeah, so we would need them to supply money for porta potties on top of that. Is my feeling.
That's
So that-
why,
Yeah,
that's why,
that's reasonable, is if we're having a large event like that.
that's why this, I believe this needs to be revised.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying, is I believe this needs to be
So,
revised.
so how do you want that, so basically, do you want to talk about this and make that decision, or do you want to figure out how we're going to get that?
I think they kind of go hand in hand. I mean, since
Okay, because you're right, because we have until July 11th.
July 11th, and I've been called about this from people outside of the clinic. I received a call yesterday from someone wanting to know about, hey, the clinic wants to do this, what do you know about it? I'm like, I don't really know a lot about it. This is the first time I've seen this, to be honest. My phone's been acting kind of strange, so not no excuses,
I
but
have a question, because they barbecue, do we have, so they could set up barbecues over there, right?
they could.
So we would need to get we would need to get 2 more toilets or 1 more toilet?
What are they saying, 100 people and 11 to 3?
But it's not 100 people the whole time.
No.
So,
Yeah.
like, for example, when I come to the clinic, they don't even open it up for I'm trying to remember if they even have porta potties there. It's more like you come, like, people come for like an hour and leave. It's not 100 people all at the same time.
I don't know, I've never been to it.
Okay, anyway, they say 4 porta potties, but I understand for 100 people, 4 porta potties for a 4-hour event, but I agree that not everybody would be there all at once.
So would the 1 porta potty be adequate?
I don't think so. I know Natalie was, talking about using the one in the Welcome Center as well when she did her event. And I think that's a good question for Orchid to say, how many porta potties have you had at your past events?
Okay, and then based on that, we can decide what the fee would be.
Right.
So based on basically the number of toilets, and then the trash that's going to be taken care of. There's gonna be more than 1 can of trash. Or we could say, if
plus
they,
$50.
or we could say they pack in, pack out. I mean, that could be part of our agreement, is you pack in, pack out. They take care of their own trash for the event.
They said that they would, but I think Natalie said she would too and left wood.
So
And they're actually asking for it from 8 to 4.
8 to 4?
Yeah, they basically set up 8 to 11, and event 11 to 3, breakdown 3 to 4.
Okay.
Um,
Do we want to appoint a person to negotiate with the clinic? Do we want to appoint one of? Because we're not going to meet close enough before their event. Like, they probably want to decide soon.
I would imagine
They're
so.
they're already planning,
Well, what do they want to
So
decide
they
where?
have, do you know if they change their mind, they're gonna do it somewhere else, or?
that's just an assumption, and this is one of their
Okay.
largest events for the year, so they're already planning for, like, their budget, and so we need to give them an answer.
Exactly.
So,
I'd love to have more people at the park, that's not why I'm arguing
Yeah, no, I'm
about
saying the
this.
same
It's,
thing. Yeah.
We need to have some control over what's going on. Even if we had a brick toilet house back there, I would suggest we lock it up. That's what other parks do. They close down their facilities and bring in porta potties. The amount of people you expect to have at your event dictates how many porta potties they bring in. And they charge that person who's applying for the event that money up front. It's paid up front. And garbage, you just say, hey, bring bags and pack your garbage out, because we just can't facilitate it. Or if we wanna fix a fee to the garbage, you know, they can say how much garbage we're gonna have, you know, we're gonna charge you $5 a bag, or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm just throwing this out
So the
there.
clinic, so I don't need, so the clinic is waiting for a response, how are we going to respond? How do we want to respond? And when?
Well, we say we're gonna get back with them in 5 days.
Yeah, I think we need to respond right away.
Oh, that's what the permit said? And she gave us
See,
this
The,
one?
the permit didn't come through the normal channels like it's supposed to. You go to the website,
Right,
you get on Streamline and you fill this out, they sent it to Melanie. I got it via Melanie,
okay.
because they were worried that it wasn't gonna get to the proper channels evidently,
So
so.
who's going to get back to them and what is our decision?
I don't have a problem talking to the clinic.
The question was, are we willing to let them use the park for free?
Yes.
And I think we can answer no. And counter with the explanation that we would need an extra porta potty at least, trash pickup. Those services would need to be covered by the clinic in order to have the event there. And are they willing and able to pay that? If the answer is no, conversation over. If the answer is yes, then we negotiate price,
That's a very good idea.
okay?
I agree.
Okay. Who wants to be our representative?
Like I said, I'll go talk to them. I don't have a problem. I'm not trying to dictate where
No,
they're.
it's good, no, it's good. Are
You
you
know,
guys okay with
Totally.
I'll go and talk to them about, you know, it's not gonna be free, because, you say you're gonna have 100+ people, and we have a trash problem, we don't have any income. We
Right.
can't afford to accommodate someone who's gonna leave a pile of trash that we have to get rid of.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think, Jim, we can even say, we don't have any income, we can't afford to give away services to somebody who has income.
Right, and it's almost like the birthday party, we have to supply water for the splash pad that we don't really have money to do. But I'm not gonna argue that, because it's happened really quick, and the party is Friday, and I don't think it's gonna use that much water. I mean, I don't know. Is it something, I don't know, it's just, she sent me a picture of it. It's this plastic thing that doesn't hold water.
Yeah.
I think you just hook a hose to it and it splashes and you run
It's a
through it.
large, sprinkle setup, like a
Yeah,
flats or something.
so I mean, I don't know, it's a board thing. I brought to the board to discuss it,
Yeah.
not condone it or disagree or agree or.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would actually like to take point on talking to the clinic if that's okay. I have good relationships with our people there.
Okay,
that would be great.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
that's fine.
are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Everybody okay?
And
Okay.
Kristen, point of information, for our porta potty for construction, it costs us $60 to get it dropped off, $60 to pick it up, and $104 monthly. So that's,
the other, I think the only piece of information that would help is whether or not we were going to be switching providers in the next month or not.
So I reached out to Above All Sanitation, who owns that porta potty now, and they requested this quote, because I said, hey, you're charging X amount. These guys said they'd charge $105 with surcharge included, which is like another extra $4.50, and it comes out to $109 and $109.50. And I sent it to Above All, and I haven't heard back from them. And that was in the last meeting.
I actually just got an email that they're gonna raise the price because diesel prices are going up.
Yeah, that's the $4.50.
So do we wanna change?
it will cost us well, I don't know, do we know what Above All will cost to pick up the porta, how much it will cost to pick up the porta potty?
I don't know that off the top of my head, I didn't ask them that. I asked them if they were willing to negotiate, and they said, yes, can you please send me the quote? So I sent them this quote,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard back from them. So I'm waiting to hear back from, I believe it was Jessica.
Jessica,
Did you hear back from her?
nope,
Okay. And I believe I sent that on June 3rd.
sorry, I'm gonna get the email from.
Yeah, that's what she
There
said.
we go. I'm reading. Okay. So we're not in a place to switch, we need more info still?
I'm waiting to hear back from her.
Well, and the question is, what will above all cost? How much will it cost us to have above?
If we have bucks, just bring theirs in.
Well,
No,
no,
all
above
the
all,
units.
it's
I know,
units,
I
right?
know what you're saying.
So
I know what you're
basically,
saying.
we have both the drop off.
We didn't get to that because
Right,
I was negotiating with them. I said, hey, look, I've got a quote from Bucks, and they want $105 a month, including a $4.50 bi-weekly service, estimated cost, handicap access, I don't know, 4.25 fuel surcharge on top of that, which comes out to $109.50.
right.
So, but I haven't heard back from them, so, I figured that was the 3rd, today's the 10th, I think it's been 7 days, I'll call them tomorrow.
Okay,
That was my plan. But I want to bring it to the board that I was asked in the last meeting to try and negotiate with Bucks,
Yeah,
or
no.
above all, and I did.
Okay,
So I just did what I was asked.
for negotiating for the clinic event, we will assume that I am getting numbers for bringing in a second party from above all of our current record.
You'd have to assume that, yes, because I have not heard back from them.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I hear
That's all.
something,
So, that close.
if I hear something
No,
from
it's
them,
good.
I will
Good to
notify
clarify.
you immediately.
good to clarify. Excellent.
Okay, mowing and hazard tree removal.
It is
I
7:47.
know.
And I have maybe 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Do we need, what is the most important thing to discuss? Because I know we've got Christmas thing.
We can table my thing, at this point, it's more of a theoretical
Okay.
conversation.
Okay.
Jess's food cart is already bought,
Okay.
Anthony has it now.
Okay. It's
So
just
that's
like-
more of a me starting to try and brainstorm ways that we could start with small income
Yeah.
streams
Yeah.
now versus waiting for the big reveal
Okay.
of the meal. So we can table that till
Yeah,
the next time.
just so everybody knows, the RV park spot is capable of a food cart. And also there is power and water at the stage for a food cart. So that was kind of put in there a while back, and that's part of the rebuild process, is to have the RV spot available for an RV if someone wants to use the park for a wedding venue. Or, I don't want to say park attendant because that's not a good thing to have.
We'll host.
A park host isn't a good thing to have.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because they get complacent. And then you have to have a big contract that says you're gonna have to have such and such of an RV and you're only gonna be able to stay 30 days, and it really, we looked into it, it gets really big. So if you have someone come in there and say, hey, I'll clean up the park for you if I can stay here, they get complacent. It gets to the point where someone from the board is gonna have to go and put their foot down and try and get them to leave. And they're gonna say, I don't have to leave because whatever reason, and then you have a problem. Fundraising and donation button, we talked about that a while
What
back.
about the mowing, or we skip that?
Well, I guess we're skipping everything.
Did we?
No, I think we need to mow again before fire restrictions. If grass is up to your knee already in the field.
Yep.
And just the question is whether we want to organize another part of, you know, getting people to use the park and making sure that it's safe. And at this point, there are hazards with the grass, with how overgrown the area of the picnic tables are. We haven't removed poison oak. The crawling blackberries are lovely, but they're a tripping hazard.
They're native.
Like, I know they're native,
That doesn't mean they're great.
and like for yeah, we need to manage them in the areas that little kids are gonna be running around in.
Okay, so we need another park cleanup day. Does anyone have a recommended day?
Who can reach out to the volunteer who mowed?
Volunteer who mowed was Jim.
Jim and, you know, somebody from,
I paid that guy.
gotcha. So figuring that out might be more of a conversation. Okay.
Do we want to have another park cleanup day?
I think we want to, I think we're all just kind of done